All right, so welcome back, everyone. We're heading up north to Aberdeen, Scotland, where we've got a real head-scratcher on our hands.
Yeah, a strange one for sure.
The disappearance of Eliza and Henrietta Huszti. 3 weeks ago, these two sisters just vanished near Victoria Bridge. It's like they just stepped off the map. And despite a massive search effort, I mean, they've brought in everything. Air units, dog units, marine units, you name it.
You really gotta wonder what happened.
There's just nothing. No trace.
Well, not quite nothing, right? They did leave that text message for their landlord.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right. Before they disappeared, they sent this text saying they wouldn't be coming back. And,
Which, as you can imagine, really threw a wrench in the whole investigation.
yeah, I mean, wouldn't you think that if you were, I don't know, leaving,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you give a reason? Like, hey, going on vacation or moving out or
Yeah,
something?
it is unusual. Yeah, most people would offer some kind of explanation, but this message was just, we're not coming back, and that's it. So investigators are left with this cryptic message and absolutely no other leads.
Okay, so let's talk about that message. What exactly did it say? Is there anything in the wording that could maybe hint at what happened? Like, could this be a runaway situation?
Right. So the text itself was incredibly brief. It just said they wouldn't be returning home. No mention of why. No indication of where they might be going. And that's what makes it so strange. Like, if they were planning on running away, you'd think there'd be some sign of that. Maybe they'd mention needing a break or wanting a fresh start.
Right, or maybe some unusual activity leading up to it. Did they withdraw a bunch of money from the bank? Did they buy plane tickets or bus tickets? Anything like that?
Exactly. And that's what makes this case so perplexing. There's no evidence of any of that. No financial irregularities, no travel arrangements, no indication that they were planning on leaving at all.
God, that's got to be just agonizing for their family. I can't even imagine what they must be going through. To have your loved one just vanish like that.
And to have so few answers, it's just heartbreaking. You know, their family has been making public pleas for the sisters' safe return, and it's just devastating to see their pain and their desperation. And speaking of the investigation, police are now starting to focus their efforts on the coastal areas. They haven't ruled out the possibility that the sisters may have somehow tried to leave by sea.
Oh, wow. So maybe they tried to get to a boat, or maybe someone helped them escape that
Yeah.
way. That adds a whole new layer to this. Okay, what about the River Dee itself? Could something have happened there? I mean, it's right there by Victoria Bridge where they were last seen.
The River Dee is no joke. It's deep, it's got strong currents, and the visibility is pretty terrible. Even if something did happen there, finding evidence would be next to impossible.
So are we thinking this might be more of an accident then? Or is the runaway theory still on the table?
It's tough to say for sure. An accident is definitely possible, especially in a location like the Dee. But the fact that there's no sign of a struggle, no signs of foul play, well, it just keeps everything up in the air.
Yeah, it's like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing.
Exactly. And that's why this case has captured everyone's attention. Two sisters vanish, a cryptic message, and a search that's expanding in every direction. It's a real mystery.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about the possibility of an accident or them running away, but
Yeah.
what if there's something else going on here? Something we haven't even considered.
It's definitely possible. I mean, stranger things have happened, right?
Right. So let me ask you this. If you were trying to disappear completely in Aberdeen, where would you go? How would you do it?
That's a good question. I mean, Aberdeen is a port city, so there's always the option of trying to leave by sea. But that would require resources, boat connections, maybe even a fake identity. And even then, it would be incredibly risky.
It's pretty scary to think about how easily someone could just vanish if they really wanted to.
It is. And that's why I think this case is such a good reminder to be aware of our surroundings, to be cautious, and to think about our own safety. And, you know, it also makes you realize how important it is to have a strong support system, a community that can rally around those who are going through something like this.
We often take for granted how crucial those connections are, especially in times of crisis. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive, if a bit unsettling, and I hope you'll join us again next time as we explore another intriguing topic. Until then, stay safe out there, everyone, and remember to look out for one another.